Hallelujah. I want you to talk to yourself. Lay hands on yourself. Remind yourself. Say, speak life. Say it to yourself. Say, speak life. I want to hear you say it like a meaning. Say, speak life.
Speak life.
Talk to yourself. Let yourself hear you say it. Speak life.
Speak life.
Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. It's not only a word that you speak, that I hear, that will stir up my faith. But if you speak the word so that you hear it, it will stir up even your faith. Somebody give God praise. And when you don't have anyone to talk to you, if you can't talk to yourself, what are you going to do? Somebody give God praise. You've got to get to a point where you are able to encourage yourself and say, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. And if no one says to you, Happy Father's Day, you just tell yourself. Somebody give God praise. And if no one takes you out for lunch or for dinner, you just take yourself out. Somebody give God praise. Somebody give him praise. Because the fact that you are still here, there is cause for celebration. And if no one wants to come to my party, I'll keep my party myself. Somebody give God praise. So, you see, as a child of God, you've got to learn how to celebrate you. Because if no one else wants to celebrate you, there still has to be a celebration. Oh, somebody give God a praise. So what the enemy wants to do is to keep you quiet and kill you. He wants to keep you muzzled and kill you. He wants to immobilize you. He wants you to be locked down at a place where he can do all that he wants to do with you. Oh, somebody give God praise. But I feel this afternoon like the prophets. I feel like Ezekiel. I feel like God has given me a package to come and drop off for somebody who has been waiting on God. You've been waiting on God. You have come to the place now where you realize this wait must be a wait on God, because they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up with wings as eagles. And so sometimes the enemy thinks that because you might be in a very serious position, a tight spot, he's going to have you there all the time. But the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. And so here now the prophet, he paints the picture, and the picture is that there are some bones, very many bones, and they are in a very open valley. Somebody give God praise. And these bones are very dry. That means they have been there so long that every substance that they had is now gone. Somebody give God praise. Every hope that they had is now gone. Somebody give God praise. And to everyone who was looking, it was apparent that nothing good was going to come out of this circumstance. But I serve a God who's able to do the impossible. I serve a God who's able to do exceedingly and abundantly and above all that you can ask or think or imagine, according to the power that worketh in you. Somebody give God praise. I want you to understand that there is some power still at work in you, even though it is not apparent to others. Somebody give God praise, because God has put something on the inside of you that is able to respond to his word whenever he calls. Somebody give God a praise. Somebody give God a praise. Now the enemy is in a pickle because he thought he was going to have you here, and this is where you are always going to be, and the things you have seen is all that you will ever see, and where you have gone is all that you will ever go. Somebody give God praise. But God is getting ready to turn some things around that some people thought could never be turned around. Is there anybody in here with a great expectation expectation. You expect God to do something. This that you need right now in the season of your life, it is not going to be man's effort that brings you out. It's going to be the power of God on your life. And so these bones are in the valley. Let me take my time. These bones are in the valley. Somebody give God praise. And the valley is an open valley. Open, that means it's exposed. They can see in. Somebody give God praise. A lot of people can see what you are going through. They know how long you have been going through it, and they have come to the conclusion that you will be like this forever. Oh, somebody, I feel like God is getting ready to change something for somebody. Who is it? Who is it getting ready to experience a change from God? Oh, here now. So God calls his prophet. He said, I'm going to send you out on a mission. And this mission is what seems to be an impossible mission. But how many know that all things are possible to them that believe in God? And so God sends him out into the valley. He says, now go into the valley, and I want you to walk around in the valley. And after he walked around for a while, then God asked him a question. He said, can these bones live? Oh, somebody give God praise. He said, can these bones live? Now the prophet was in a quandary because he knew that he did not know, and from all indications these bones couldn't live. There was nothing that he could do to cause them to live, and so he gave up. He conceded. He said, Lord, thou knowest. If they can live, you know. Somebody give God praise. Don't get hung up on people who think they know something about you. They don't know what is necessary to know. Somebody give God praise. They don't know what is critical to know. They know what they can see, but God looks beyond what can be seen. Oh, somebody give God praise. This is not no regular thing now. This is deep calling unto deep. Somebody give God praise. You've got to go below surface. You've got to go beyond flesh. You've got to get into the spirit. Somebody give God praise, because God is going to do this, and it's a spiritual work. It's going to be an inside job. Somebody give God praise. I told you the other day, when the woman pushed through the crowd and touched Jesus, it was an inside job. It was not something that was apparent on the outside, because inside of herself she knew she was healed, and inside of Jesus he knew that virtue had gone out. Oh, so I feel virtue going out somewhere. Somebody give God praise. I feel the power of God making contact with somebody. It's going to be live and direct. Oh, somebody give God praise. And what I like about God is that he always prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies, the naysayers, those who said it could never be. Let that soak for a while, because you know sometimes the silence is loud. Yeah? Because in this interim you begin to recall all those who said what they said, all those who did what they did, all those who are doing what they are doing. Oh, somebody give God praise. And they have said ashes to ashes, and dust to dust, and they have sealed your tomb, and they have walked away from you, saying you'll never be back, where they don't even know where you've been. Somebody give God a praise. Somebody give God a praise. Somebody give him a praise. Somebody give him a praise. But the prophet, can I just take my time to read the 10-minute talk? The prophet now, he's sent on a mission. He's not asked. God didn't ask him his opinion. He sends him. He said, if you read the text, he says he was commanded by God. I'm telling somebody, I've said it already, but I'm going to say it again, because if teaching is going to be effective, it must be repetitious. So I'm going to tell you that if God be for you, who can be be against you. Somebody give God praise. I'm going to tell you again that no matter how your circumstances look, keep hope alive. Oh, somebody give God praise. Somebody give him praise. You must always be ready to move at his bidding. And so here now, he sends the prophet out and he gives him a command. And I want to tell somebody really quickly that there is not a regular blessing coming your way. It is a commanded blessing. A blessing that has no choice but to find you wherever you are and to sit upon you. It is going to come upon you and it is going to overtake you. Somebody give God praise. You used to say blessing is running you down, but guess what? You are running down blessing. Blessing behind you, blessing before you, blessing all around you. Somebody give God praise. So watch this here now. So he goes into the valley and he has concluded, I can't do anything about it, but God, if these bones can live, you know. He said, all right, son of man, I want you to prophesy to these bones. And he tells him what to say. He tells him what to say. You've got to be careful about people who tell you what God didn't tell them to tell you. I wonder if I'm at the right place. Maybe I need to go to the church or something. But watch this. You've got to be very careful of people who like to yap a lot, but they only tell you what their minds are telling them to tell you. They don't tell you what God has said. And I want you to know that you must have a relationship with God for yourself, so that when they talk to you, you can know this is God. And when they talk, you can know this is not God. If I didn't know God, when they said I wouldn't amount to anything, I would believe it. But when I heard them say, I said, the devil is a liar. Somebody give God a praise. Somebody give God a praise. Somebody give God praise. So he was instructed, commanded by God what to say. And when he began to prophesy means to speak forth, to declare. And so he begins now to talk. Let me tell you something. Let me stick up in right here. If you are going to move according to God's directives, you've got to be willing to look like a mad person. You got to be willing for them to laugh at you and say, I'm mad age that man. Really? Something cheap. Imagine the prophet goes into a valley that is full of bones. Not fresh bones now. Dry bones. Not just dry bones now. Bones that were very dry. Means no flesh was upon these bones. If there was a skull there, and there was no brain in the skull. Amen. Yet the prophet goes into an environment like this and begins to talk to the bones. Oh, somebody give God praise. The audacity to respond. I feel like I came to talk to some dry bones who they said you should keep quiet and don't move a muscle because this is your lot in life. But when the word of God comes to you, irrespective of what they said, you must have the audacity to respond and defy the naysayers. The thing about dry bones, why they call these bones dry, is because they don't respond to any and everything. You know, some people don't like you because you don't respond to them. And they want to say any and anything and you jump on it. And because you don't jump on it, because if it's not God, you're not with it. You know, if I tell them, say, I'm not the power of the Father, you're the balance. Ignore them. Certain voices, certain people must be ignored. So he prophesies to these bones. Watch this now. When the word of God comes into your life, the first thing that happens once you receive it, it brings order. When the word of God is spoken into your life and you receive it, it brings order to your life. For we read that when he speaks to the bones respond, and bone came to his bone. God, when he speaks into your life, he clears out the confusion. He removes confusion from your life. And he causes you now to begin to develop the right connections. Oh, somebody give God praise. Nobody not giving God praise yet. Oh, somebody, and God is going to move the hindrances out of your way, and he's going to cause you to make the right hookups. Oh, somebody give God praise. I feel like somebody's getting ready to be hooked up to the right source. Remember last week I told you this man was at the gate and he was receiving in his cup everything except what he needed. Can I tell you, the days of you getting all kinds of things that you don't need to crowd you, those days are over. Let me talk to this little section here, because y'all, the days of them giving you bad injections, giving you the wrong deposits, everything that you don't need, those days are over. Look at the neighbor, say, you hear that? Look at the neighbor and say, you hear that? Let me tell you this again. I said, the days of them pouring into you all the things that you don't need are over. Amen. In fact, I pray that God blocks your mind to negativity, gossip, and all those things. God, I pray that they miss every negative telephone call. Oh, yes. Every bad message, every negative messenger, don't come to this address. Oh, somebody give God praise. You don't have any time for negativity. You are too busy to chat people business. Yes. Okay, listen. I said, that time must come back to normal, because in a hurry, because I like to walk around and touch people and get real personal with you and sit down beside you and you say, what? The days of you being at the bottom of the barrel are over. You have been on the same level with some things that are supposed to be beneath you for too long. The time has now come for you to rise up. Oh, and there is no more chaos about it. You are not going to be confused as to which way to go. You are not going to be confused as to what decisions to make, who to hook up with, who to disconnect from. Or somebody give God praise, because God is going to speak His word, and He's doing it now, and He's bringing divine order to your life. I tell you, even now I'm talking, you are thinking in your mind about some people who you need to get rid of their numbers out of your telephone. They're too negative. There's a thing in most phones. Most phones have a thing that they call blacklist. I don't know if I need to go down to Berkshire. Wonder if this message is too heavy for this kind of thing. Watch this. You need to blacklist some people. Don't you notice that every time when you have prayed and God answers your prayer, you pray for financial breakthrough, you never heard from them all the time you were going through. As soon as you get the breakthrough, here comes a telephone call from Shelly. You see, yeah, I wonder who that again. So long, you haven't heard from them. Then they say, oh, they want to borrow us. You must know when to say no. Yes. Well, I wonder if somebody here was trying to make a foolish decision. Don't make no foolish decision. This is the season where you must be wise. It's not every telephone call you need to answer. Sometimes you must look at your phone. I confess, I do that all the while. I do that all the time. Now, listen, it's not every telephone call, because when you see certain calls coming in, you know you're getting ready to have a bad day. Amen. Your day is getting ready to take a wrong turn. Amen. Let me reiterate. Don't listen to people who are not telling you, thus saith the Lord. Amen. And then now come and say, thus saith the Lord. Because some people, can I tell you how you know when some people are lying? Say tell me, Pastor. Tell me. You want to know? The way how you know when some people are lying, my youth? From them attack. From them on them mouth. And lie back. Don't listen to them. Some people have a track record. From them on them mouth. Amen. There are people who answer questions that you didn't ask. Lie about them. You have to be wise. You have to be connected. You don't notice some people are slow down. Man, that action me. You know some people so go fast and slow down. Them you say blooming for God, they must slow down. Watch that front. That's still, not you. It's smooth out. Slow down. Some people plug out. Some people plug out. You must observe them. You must move too fast and chat with them too quick. You must observe them. They must slow down. They was connected, but they're not connected no more. They were plugged in, but they're plugged out now. That's why they don't have the joy of the Lord that they used to have, because they plug out. Well, I come to tell you, if you did plug out, I come to plug you in. Somebody give God praise. If you were plugged out, I've come to replug you. And I seal it this time with the blood. So that they don't operate like a fool no more. Oh, somebody give God praise now. Somebody give God praise now. You don't come to church just to hear a little message, just to let you go home and feel good. When the word comes to you, it causes you to want to go home and do better. Somebody give God praise. Somebody give God praise. I don't want to go to no church where I just feel good and I get just some spiritual problem and just go home and they just pamp and pet me and that's alright, and I come back next week the same way and don't have no way to retain anything. I come against the spirit of meekness in the name of Jesus. You must retain. I decree over you the anointing of retention to retain what God has poured into you, and don't let no man, no woman, no boy, no girl, no cares of life catch away the word from you and tell you that you are not blessed when you are highly favored, and blessed beyond measure when you are the head and not the tail, when you are above and never beneath, when you're blessed in your going out and blessed in your coming in your down sitting, in your uprising. You are blessed. Well, let's get them on the valley. So you prophesied to the bones began to come together. But there was no spirit, no life. They came, but there was no life. In order for there to be a real manifestation of power, the physical has got to be connected with the spiritual. If there is, let's say, a shooting incident, somebody was shot and killed, John Brown, the news will say the body of John Brown was found lying in a pool of blood. It never says John Brown. It says the body of John Brown. John Brown's body was found lying in a pool of blood. But John Brown is there because the real John Brown is not the physical John Brown, it is the spirit John Brown. And one of the things that we need to understand is that spirit does not dwell in corruption. If the body gets broken down too much, the spirit is going to opt to leave. That's what happens when someone dies. The body breaks down to the point where it is irreparable. And so the spirit can't stay in that house no more. It got to leave. Now I warn people, do not wait and let your body break down to where it cannot be repaired, so that your spirit will have to leave before you know Jesus. Let me put it like this. I can plan to go down this route, but let me put it like this. Let me come, give me a hand. Let me use you as an example. This, what's your name? Brian. And I'm Richard. So this house is Richard's house. This house is Brian's house. Everybody can see us? Let's come over to the front. Let's go in the middle. house is Richard's house. This house, his body, is Brian's house. The Bible lets us understand that the eyes are the windows to the soul. So, my house is next door to Brian's house. And I come to my window and I shout, "Brian, how you doing?" And Brian responds. Brian said, "Good." Now, it is me looking through the windows of my house, talking to Brian, looking back at me through the windows of his house. Oh, somebody give God praise. Now, if that house gets to a point where termite eat it down and it can't be repaired, Brian will have to get a new house. Built. Now God, our Lord Jesus is very pleased. He said, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I'm going to prepare a place for you." This place that he's gone, this house, this new body, is not something that sicknesses and diseases can get. Gunshot can't trouble it. That's why he said, "Don't fear those who can kill the body, but fear him who after destroying the body can throw the soul in hell." You don't walk and be afraid, because if God be for you, I don't think I need to develop on that thing further. I think we will get a picture. Alright, so you can. If God be for you, even if it breaks down, He's going to build it back up again. And it's always better the second time around. The first Adam fell, and by his falling, we all fell. Now the last Adam, Jesus Christ, he rose. Oh, somebody give God. I don't think I need to develop on that, because you know what happens. Just because he rose, let me tell you anyway, we shall rise too. Somebody give God praise. And even though I'm waiting on that particular day to come, right now, beloved, are we the sons of God, and I am seated in heavenly places in Christ Jesus, and I am far above principalities and